Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transition of Saturn, as on March 14th, Saturn is going to be transiting in the nakshatra of Rahu, which is Satabhisha Nakshatra. So guys, the beauty of our Vedic astrology is that rather than restricting our analysis only to the 12 zodiac signs, we go deeper into it because each zodiac sign has got the energy of 3 different nakshatras as well. And guys, Saturn is the planet which is responsible for bringing some global reform, global changes, giving us direction in our professional journey, giving us the rewards of all of our efforts. So because of which this is going to be a little bit sensitive transit during this year, because you know that Rahu is about to enter the nakshatra of Ketu. Ketu is already transiting in the nakshatra of Rahu, and Saturn from the Satabhisha is going to be aspecting the Lord of the Satabhisha, Rahu, as well, with its third aspect. So guys, it becomes very important to understand the finer nuances of this transit, because I even did a background check, because last time when Saturn was transiting in the Satabhisha Nakshatra in the year 1994, so during that year, although Saturn was in the Satabhisha, but the Lord of Satabhisha, Rahu, was in the Libra sign, and Ketu was that time transiting in the Aries. So that alignment is little bit different the way it is going to be happening during this year. Definitely guys, I even searched the major events which took place in the year 1994. That Rwanda genocide was very sad, and the news of Nelson Mandela, and there have been other major events. But during this year, it is very sensitive. Because what makes me say that? Because if any major big event is going to take place, the smaller signs and symptoms of that start coming or showing its sign much in advance, and we already are witnessing those issues, like different countries spying over the airspace of other countries, and mystery objects, UFOs getting spotted. So all of that is somehow the chief attributes or traits of Satabhisha only. So that is something which we will try to understand in this video. And guys, when it comes down to my own personal research or my own personal life journey, so definitely imagine my state. After listening to this, I am very much sure that you must be feeling empathetic towards me, or I'm thinking about putting a 2-minute silence over here, because obviously guys, my moon nakshatra is Satabhisha. I'm going through Mahadasha of Saturn, which is there in the 8th house, and Saturn transiting right over my moon nakshatra feels like my soul is being pulled out of my body. I'm just joking. So yes guys, now coming back to this topic. So guys, like the way I was talking about that the last time when this like travel of Saturn took place in the Satabhisha, alignments were little bit different that time. But somehow when we talk about the nakshatras being ruled by the planet Rahu, so Rahu has got the rulership over Ardra, Swati, Satabhisha. So Swati is a very commercially enriched, very savvy nakshatra. So let's just put that nakshatra out of the discussion. Ardra and Satabhisha are somehow responsible for creating a chaos. But even after that, in today's day and age, where we are living in the era of artificial intelligence, media, social media, space exploration, so Satabhisha holds a very distinctive role over here. And guys, very soon, because I will be explaining this topic in 2 videos, in 2 parts. So in the second part, we will get deeper into the Navamsa movement, or the way other planets are going to be influencing it, blending it, and observing it with the eclipses which will be taking place next year. So all of that we will do in the second part. In this part, we will just try to briefly touch the way Saturn's journey in the Satabhisha is going to be creating some global events, and the way it is going to be influencing us in our personal life. So guys, let me show you one reference over here in the form of a case study. Like if you remember the time in 1962 when Russia and US were very close, the Cuban missile crisis. So I got a chance, because I was doing a research on this video content only. So you must be surprised if you will have a look at the way planets were transiting during that time, when the whole world came to this mode of panic that any time another world war can take place, and with the use of the nuclear weapons. So guys, on the day of October 16, 1962, if you want to see the planetary alignments on that day, so Jupiter was transiting in the Satabhisha Nakshatra, and because Aquarius is being ruled by both Saturn and Rahu. So now if you will see over here, Rahu was conjunct with a debilitated Mars, and Ketu was conjunct with a strong Saturn over there. So yes guys, whenever we talk about these kind of global mayhem and chaos and panic, somehow nodes play a very pivotal role over here. Because guys, when we talk about actual event or actual war, actual effect, for that other planets have to play their role as well. But stand alone, Rahu is definitely capable enough of creating this vibe or wheel of illusion, which we will try to understand with like in tandem with Saturn's transit to this Satabhisha Nakshatra. So guys, I have made certain points over which we will try to understand the way it is going to be influencing all of us, or the way what kind of theme we are looking at with this upcoming transit of Saturn in the Satabhisha Nakshatra. So the first pointer which I have written over here is that guys, that it's very sure that panic button of global war will definitely get created during next year. Now we have so many sensitive points all across the globe. Now this could be US and China coming face to face over the Taiwan issue. This could be, we are already witnessing the Russia and Ukraine situation, and all those people who are advocate of war, or they are siding or rooting for one side. We all should be hoping for peace or diplomatic solution to this situation, because we cannot even overlook this fact that one side in this war has got one of the major reserve of the nuclear weapons. And apart from that guys, like recently this news also came in the media that Pakistan, which is right now going through very severe economy crisis, so some of the leaders from India, they have been commenting and giving statement that this is the right time to go for the disputed area, like Pak occupied area in Kashmir, and claim that. So all these are the signs which can actually trigger a war-like situation. Now this could be from aggressive movements done by North Korea, or this could be any other sensitive choke point. So yes guys, next year the way whole planetary alignment is going to be getting aligned, so a war-like situation where at any point of time the weapons of mass catastrophe can be used, so that air can be created. Again guys, I want to make it very clear, I'm not saying that anything or something is going to be actually taking place, but the vibe and the fear and the panic of that, planets are in a state that they can create that situation, the way whole planetary alignment is forming next year with this entry of, like this year I would say, with this entry of Saturn in the Satabhisha Nakshatra. After that guys, the second point is that spying activities of nation will definitely increase, like, because the way I'm saying this thing, that whenever any big major thing is going to take place, the symptoms or the signs or the trailer of that start manifesting much before in time. Guys, recently this spy balloon which was shot down by the US military, and after that there has been other news which are coming from other parts of the world as well. So definitely next year all these incidents, why I'm saying next year, the moment Saturn will transit to the Satabhisha Nakshatra, all these activities will be at its peak, like spies kind of doing all these kind of activities and espionage taking place in different countries will be at its peak. Like recently only, it was like yesterday's news only, where US embassy has issued all of its citizens like who are right now in Russia to leave country on immediate basis. So this is going to be one of the strong theme of Saturn's transit to the Satabhisha Nakshatra, because Satabhisha actually promises all these kind of secretive activities. But again, like the way guys we say this thing, that you can be acting and being involved in underhanded activities as well, and you could be spying for the glory, for the pride, for the security of your country as well. So it all comes down to in which dignity are you operating. Are you on a positive side of Rahu, of Satabhisha, or are you on a negative side, criminal activity oriented side of the Satabhisha? After that guys, for all those people trying for international settlements, next year, why I'm saying next year, with Saturn's transit to the Satabhisha Nakshatra, all these endeavors, all those aspirations of yours will be well supported. That is one thing. Second thing is that guys, this entry of Saturn in the Satabhisha can also be responsible for lot many international alliances reshuffling, like countries shifting their loyalty or coming close to their erstwhile enemies. So this is how the international diplomacy will also take a turn next year for sure, with Saturn's entry in the Satabhisha for sure. After that guys, when we talk about the professional endeavors and your professional activities, over there intuitive intelligence will play a very pivotal part. Now here I'm not talking about that your profession has to be of the domain of Saturn, or your profession has to be of the domain of Rahu, like working in the fields of IT, technology, films, media, cinema. No matter in whichever field you are in, with the entry of Saturn in the Satabhisha Nakshatra, and let's say for example with during this timeline you are also going through the dasha of Saturn, Antar dasha of Rahu, and all of your actions will definitely be very intuitive driven as well. And because it is going to be a strengthened state of planets in transit, so your intuitive faculties will only guide you or put you in the right direction. Because guys, definitely in the corporate world as well, we keep on coming across those news that this company was going down and this person took a shift, or he actually joined another branch at the right time, he joined some another brand at the right point of time. So all these kind of professional decision making, escaping and taking your moves at the right time could also be a part of, or could be a theme when Saturn is going to be transiting in the Satabhisha Nakshatra. After that guys, one thing is for sure, that classified information will be exposed, which will make or break many politicians. So guys, try to understand this thing, why in today's day and age Rahu and Saturn becomes most important. Because the way the times when our astrology scriptures were written, they were written like before. All these knowledge of astrology, and astrologers only used to give their advices only to the kings only. Like astrology and the knowledge of astrology was not accessible to the masses. So there used to be the chief astrologer in the court of a king who used to give him advices pertaining to the weather planning, pertaining to the any of the warfare related preparation and planning, that how planets are going to be supporting us if we will invade to another king's territory, another kingdom. So now, so the way our scriptures were written, sun was given the utmost importance, because sun was the responsible for the ruling over the masses. But in today's day and age guys, sun is responsible for people who are working in a federal government job. But when we talk about the top politician who actually holds the power, true power, and who controls over the masses, so Rahu and Saturn represent all these kind of positions and profiles. So because of which guys, this is a kind of a typical transit of Saturn, where I would say that if you are a politician and any of this scandal, if it is going to break out during the time when Saturn is going to be in the Satabhisha, do not take it lightly. Let's say for example, if any of your past court cases, or this could be lawsuit or criminal cases which are getting investigated, take that very seriously, because this is going to be a time when someone who is a very lesser known person than you, so he might encash on your secrets getting exposed, and you might have to fall from the position, from the power, because of your secrets getting leaked out. Because guys, when we talk about secrecy, whether you are facing the heat because of your secrets getting exposed, or whether you are encashing because of taking account of someone else's secret, Satabhisha plays a very important role. So this aspect of life could make or break a lot many careers when Saturn is going to be transiting in the Satabhisha Nakshatra. After that, guys, another point which I have written is that this transit could be very good for the pharmaceutical industry, because Satabhisha is strongly connected with the healing, like we call the Satabhisha, 100 physicians. So because of which Saturn, which in itself is the significator of diseases. So imagine a planet which represents diseases is heading towards a nakshatra which represents solution of the problem. So for all those people who are going through any of the chronic problem, chronic diseases and issue, this entry of Saturn in the Satabhisha could give you a solution for your problem, or could give you the cure for your problem. And also guys, when we talk about the Satabhisha, there is a lot of the alternative therapy, alternative medicine, which also plays a very important role over there. So you will be introduced to the solution of your ongoing chronic problem as well with this entry of Saturn in the Satabhisha Nakshatra. And definitely guys, this is going to be a very golden time, or very well supported time for all those businesses who are in the pharmaceutical, health or medical industry. After that guys, one more point which I have written over here is that it's going to be a very supporting time for professional restart or starting something for the scratch, because guys, somehow Satabhisha is connected with a empty circle. So a lot many times it has been seen that the only two entities which are responsible for completely zeroing in attributes of that house, if it is getting applicable in your case, are the planet Ketu and the Satabhisha Nakshatra. Like a lot many times it has been written that if your second house lord is placed in the Satabhisha Nakshatra, or your second house lord is conjunct with Ketu, so a lot many times it has been seen that there is once a time where all the assets and all the saving of the person goes through complete transformation, or native has to find or face complete bankruptcy. But the case over here is that because Saturn is going to be in the Satabhisha Nakshatra, so let's say for example you have been long out of the market or business, or you used to be very well known, your brand, your skills, your market brand image used to be at its peak, but then you faced lot of years of hardship, decline, or not getting the kind of success which you used to face in way back in your professional journey. So this entry of Saturn in the Satabhisha will support all those businesses, all those people, all those entrepreneurs as well, to have a fresh restart in your professional ventures. And definitely guys, if you want to start something from a scratch, so Saturn's entry in the Satabhisha will be very well supporting in those areas as well. After that guys, one point which I have written over here is that many new innovation in the tech industry, pharmaceutical industry we already discussed, cannabis, because somehow Satabhisha is also connected with all these marijuana and weed and all these kind of drugs as well. So there are like a lot many countries where all these selling of these cannabis has been legalized. So if you are operating, you're working in these domain where tech industry, pharmaceutical industry, all these are getting applicable. So this could be a very supporting time for you, definitely guys. And apart from that, so not only it is very beneficial for all those entrepreneurs who are working in these businesses, but also guys, in terms of art and cinema as well, you will see a lot of the great work which will set the precedence for years to come. Because guys, Saturn represents doing something very concrete, doing something very substantial, and entering in the Satabhisha, and the way Rahu and Ketu are transiting. So this is a kind of a typical transit where I will not be surprised if the Oscars and the major awards in different categories in the arts, this could be in the music, in the television, in cinema, which will go to the movies and art which has been formed or which has been created in the typical like a theme represented by Rahu or Satabhisha, where we talk about sci-fi, where we talk about out of the body astral experiences, where magic, mystery, all these elements are involved. Like a typical, you call the shows and movies like Arrival, you call about Inception or Game of Thrones, so something like that. So in the fields of art and cinema, there will be some very major, big and very authentic work which the world will definitely witness. After that, guys, one more thing is that this is not going to be very good and well supportive transit for people in whose case laziness is a major issue and addictive tendencies are a major hurdle in your life right now. So it can actually push you to the extremities of it, and the repercussion or the outcome of that might not be very pleasing. So yes, all those people who are suffering from any of the addiction related issue, this could be a turbulent time for you. And along with that, guys, I would say that people going through family dispute might have to face hard time as well, because when we talk about Saturn and Rahu, they represents the paternal uncles, our in-laws as well. So if any of the property related dispute you are already going through with these people within your family, Rahu's entry, Saturn's entry in the Satabhisha Nakshatra might not be a very well supporting news for you. After that, guys, one more point which I have written is that when we talk about spirituality, because we cannot even overlook the importance which these two entities play in terms of giving you that spiritual elevation, giving you that sort of conscious awareness, siddhiya, powers. So I would say that once Saturn will enter the Satabhisha Nakshatra, more than the authentic preachers, authentic spiritual gurus and guides, people will be very much fascinated with the miracles, with the magic. Like imagine you have the provision of going to a teacher for your spiritual inquiries and guidance who is very elevated, but there is another person who has created this buzz around him that he can do some miracle, he can know what is going on in your mind, he has some secret powers. So a lot of people will be attracted more towards these kind of people connected with the spiritual fields. Like the way, guys, this could also be a rise of many cult figures as well. So one thing is for sure, once Saturn will transit to the Satabhisha Nakshatra, magic will sell more than the authentic pristine knowledge. After that, guys, when it comes down to remedies, so beyond doubt, guys, anything to do with the Satabhisha Nakshatra is and can only be cured through the Lord Shiva, bhakti of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is very chiefly connected with the energies of the Satabhisha Nakshatra. It will not be an exaggeration to say this thing, that the meditative power of Shiva, the peaceful attributes of Shiva is chiefly connected with the Satabhisha Nakshatra. This is actually a nakshatra of secrets, of mystery, of healing. There is a lot which can be unraveled with Saturn's entry in the Satabhisha Nakshatra. So one thing is that, guys. Second thing is that because the god connected with the Satabhisha is the Varuna, so which is connected with the celestial oceans. So I would say that when it comes down to the remedies, so being very watchful of the water preservation, even if you live in a city where it's like doing any voluntary work of beach cleaning and all of that, if that is possible, so doing all these activities will be in one way or another way you are doing remedies for the planet Saturn. So yes, guys, this was just a basic overview. I'm very much sure that I don't know whether this video has served any purpose or not, but in the next video I will try to get deeper into the timelines, and then I will talk specifically that the Navamsa placement, the gods connected with Satabhisha, and the overall contribution coming in from other planets as well during that time when Jupiter would have transited to the Aries conjunct with Rahu. There is going to be eclipses as well, that how this entry of Saturn in the Satabhisha will influence all of us. So yes guys, for further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.